What's poppin', big sippers? It's your girl, Brittany G.
And Notorious Hill, and you're tuning to another episode of
Auntie
AunTEA Talk.
Talk.
I was so excited that I dropped my phone.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into today's sip tea, and we are drinking something that I really enjoyed having a couple of years ago, and I haven't had it in a long time. So I just hope that it still hit the spot now that I've been exploring wine lately. But we're drinking sweet Riesling.
Okay. I was gonna say, is it sweet? But you say it's sweet for you.
Yeah, it gives like, I'm gonna let you see.
Okay. Cause at first I was like, you know how you kind of smell the taste.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, but yeah, when it get down, yeah. All right. If you're a minority business owner and you're looking for a new way to reach new audience and a different crowd, hit us up at AunTEA Talk Podcast at gmail.com, where we offer promotional, sponsorship, and brand ambassador opportunities. So yeah, fuck with a winner, baby.
Oh, so this is gonna be like your punchline.
Yeah, I love it. I can't help it. I feel like it's perfect to say,
yeah,
fuck with a winner, baby. Like, cause at the end of the day, we
the winners.
We the money team. We trying to put y'all on. So yeah, fuck with a winner, baby.
You are putting y'all on. Come fuck with a winner, baby. Fuck with a winner, baby. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get into our check-in.
We haven't did a check-in in a minute.
That's because we haven't been having that many solo episodes. We've been having some guests. We've been dropping some heat.
The people want to be guests for AunTEA
AunTEA
Talk. So
Talk.
if you want to be a guest, follow us on Instagram, AunTEA_Talk. We have a forms highlight in our on our page. All you do is click it. It literally takes all of 60 seconds to fill it out. We said this on the previous episodes. We've had a lot of entries as far as a lot of submissions as far as wanting to be on AunTEA Talk. So just bear with us. No, you may not be on the episode today, tomorrow, next week, next month, this year, but we're again aligning people up with based on your responses. That's how we're doing things. So just bear with us, but we do thank you.
Alright, so the actual check-in. Yeah. A mutual check-in that we have, and then I also have my own check-in as well. Our mutual.
How you gonna say it's mutual? That might not be a part of what I want to talk about.
I'm not saying you talking about it. I'm saying it's a check-in that we both have. You know, but you don't have to talk about it, bitch. I'm just saying you involved in.
We both have to say. I just playing. Come on.
The check-in is we just went to our boy, my bro, Big Curl. We went to his African themed birthday party, and we had a good time.
Yes,
First of all, just him and other people that he just be around, like they're just a great vibe. And the chemistry when we come around is like they be wanting for us, like, cause they know we gonna bring the vibe too. You know, we gonna bring the vibe too. So we always have a great time.
The turn up to the party.
Yeah, definitely the turn up to the party. So we had a good time. It was just a different experience, and I love a good theme party. So to be able to experience that, see people, them people, they came and they put that shit on. They were stepping. So yeah, we had a really, really good time. But you was about to add on to that or something? Okay. So but for my own solo check-in is I don't know if I've ever shared this with y'all before, but there was this one point in time, like I was really heavy into like, you know, just vitamins, daily vitamins, and just, you know, things that I need to consume to help me in my body. So, I've been trying to look for different well-being. You go.
Got the hiccups.
Oh, you trying to hold it in? Oh. This is not the same hiccups. But so I've been just like looking into different like well-being and different type of vitamins to help me with like anxiety and focus and just to stay calm. So I've really been taking something called kava roots, and ashwagandha. And I know people might want to be like, well, what is that? So I just looked up something real quick to tell y'all exactly like what's the benefits of them. So kava, the supplement that I take for kava, I take it in a liquid form. So I just take the droplets and just put it in my mouth. I mean, you can put it in water, but it's like sweet, kind of like molasses or something like that. So I just like drop it in my mouth like that. But
choice of words.
But kava is said to elevate mood, well-being, and contentment, and produce a feeling of relaxation. Kava is a treatment for anxiety, insomnia, and related nervous disorders. And I ain't gonna lie, how I feel when I take it, sometimes it might feel like, let's say, you go out and you're nervous, but once you take that shot, you open up. That's kind of how I feel. I feel relaxed. I just feel like I'm not so uptight, or I'm not anxious after I, take that. And that's one of the supplements. I've been taking it for like 3 months now, and it kicks in real quick.
Okay.
I like that. So I usually take it. I don't usually take it on an everyday basis, but I'm taking it before I go to work.
So is it something that you have to take throughout the day, like kind of like the...
You can take it multiple times throughout the day, but I only just take it when I'm finna go to work. Because I ain't gonna lie, I be chill when I'm at home or when I'm just doing everyday thing, but I become anxious when I have to go in that environment to just be around other people and stuff like that. So that's really what made me want to take it. And then same thing with the ashwagandha, like a lot of stuff that I used to trip on, I don't be tripping off of it. Like I let a lot of shit ride. Like it mellows you out. Let me tell y'all what they say about that. For ashwagandha, it relieves stress and anxiety as well. It lowers blood sugar and fat, increases muscle and strength, improves sexual function in women.
I know, like one of the things like they recommend like with PCOS is ashwagandha. So yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Because the next one is
I had vitamins for it, but they disappeared.
It boosts fertility and testosterone levels in men and women, and it also sharpens and focuses memory and supports a healthy heart.
Okay, so for my check-in, so like I said with one of our previous check-ins, what I'm going to start doing is just a recapping the previous month. So granted, we're a couple of episodes in for the month of March, but like we said, this is our first time recording solo this month. So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all my February recap.
Okay.
It was a 6 out of 10. Honestly, I'm gonna say it was a 4 out of 10. That was me just giving myself grace. It was a 4 out of 10 for real. It flew by. I don't feel like I got much accomplished. It was a lot of personal things going on. Things related to my business, things related to work. It was just so much going on that I was, everything in his head was just scrambling all up, and I wasn't able to focus on anything, just being distracted. I will say my highlights would be selling my rose boxes. So for Valentine's Day, I did sell rose boxes, and it's more so, it's not even just about the actual product, but it goes to me being creative. When I get in my creative bag, that is my happy space. So that was like one of the highlights. And I would also say like the moments that I did have with friends. Last month I did spend a lot of time with, and even the beginning of this month, like I'm getting more social and spending time with my friends and having conversations with friends. So all of that, helped out a lot. And I'm excited about March. I'm in a different headspace. No, I'm not 100%, focused where I need to be. But I'm excited because it's another opportunity to hit those goals that I set for myself last month, because I ain't even try to accomplish anything. And so it just goes to one of the things that I plan on starting this month is carrying over those things from last month, but also I want to begin American Sign Language. I bought this course. Bought it with January. Yeah, it was in January, and I have yet to use it. So that's one of my goals, to at least take a course out of, that a class out of that course or whatever. But yeah, that is my check-in.
I really like that you started doing the monthly check-ins. I mean, you're telling it to them, but it's really a recap for yourself to to really just reflect on like what you've been through, how you felt about it, and you vocalizing it. I like that.
Yeah.
It's something I might start doing.
You should.
Definitely. I really do like that.
You should. Because like you said, it just give you that look in the mirror like, bro, you ain't do shit. But I didn't even have to rudeness. I didn't even have to look myself in the mirror. It was more so, I already knew. Like, I have no drive, no nothing. Like, I was just exhausted from jump. So, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and slide into what we're grateful for. What you got?
Okay, so I have 2 things that I'm grateful for on this episode. Here's a very, very, very transparent moment for me. And like I said, we are saying that we're grateful for Auntie Talk a lot of times, but we're not just saying that shit because it sounds good. We're saying it because we are really grateful for Auntie Talk. But I'm specifically grateful for Auntie Talk being the mirror that I needed to look into to see my flaws and for me to actually grow. And here's the transparency that I was just talking about. The reason why I honestly have not been drinking is because I seen myself on camera act the ass, and that shit literally disgusted me. Like, I had to stop watching some shit like AunTEA. Bro, this is how I act when I'm drunk. It was like, it turned me off so bad. Like, y'all know how you just, when you're sober and you see somebody drunk and it just irks you, like, oh my gosh, these motherfuckers too drunk. But granted, I know everybody acts up when they drunk a little bit, but
it's a whole different part. Like, it's out of your typical character. Like,
I was so turned off, y'all. I was just so turned off, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just lay off the liquor for a little bit. I need to sharpen my mind, because I like to be in control. I like to be in control of how I act, like, and I see like clearly when I get drunk or too late. I act up. I'm a whole nother person. Like, I always feel like, oh, when I'm drunk, like I'm the same me. I'm just a little more goofier, or But now, bitch, I get aggressive. I'm super loud. I get So that was the transparency moment that I really needed to see. I mean, I've seen a lot of things, but that right there was just like, I'm so glad that I saw that. I'm so glad that I saw that, because they gave myself a reality check. Like, I'm about to be 32. I can't be out here like, that's not the look I want for myself. So I'm grateful for that. And the second thing, what I'm grateful for is, this is what I was talking about earlier. I am grateful for her. I'm grateful for her creative skills. And the reason why, I've already said that before too, but I'm really grateful for it right now is because your creative skills, your and also your patience when it comes to editing. Not patience.
Oh,
I didn't say you were patient. Your patience. Let me finish my sentence. Your patience. Okay. When it comes to things pertaining to Auntie Talk, anything like our marketing and all that, like, that's on her. I keep saying her. I don't like that. That's on her. And so me taking on the role, saying like, I want to do the TikToks. And when I've just been sitting there doing like, editing, I thought they said editing was fun.
Shit, that shit ain't never been goddamn.
I thought they said editing was fun, y'all. Like, when I tell you, like, I've been in CapCut just like trying to edit our TikTok, and I'm trying to switch something up and you delete like and I'm working off my phone too. It's just, man, it's so many times.
It's patience.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm grateful for your patience with that, because I didn't.
I feel like the more you continue to do it, the easier it gets. Like, Cause still, I'm not gonna lie, like making TikToks and all that still kind of stress me out, but it's not near as stressful as it was like when I first started. It's just one of the things like where it say practice makes perfect. Like the more you continue to do something, the better you'll get at it. So yeah.
And see, the last time I made a TikTok was for our New Year. TikTok, and it was like, okay, I felt like I kind of did that probably within like an hour and a half. But this one, oh baby,
because it's so much. Though.
Yeah,
it's so much for that.
Then I got to pull clips from this.
Yeah.
Chopped and screwed. Like I mean, it was.
Yeah. But I do want to say thank you. I definitely do, because it takes a lot to edit these videos and just put together everything, like, but again, it's more so of like, I feel like I can't let you down at the end of the day. Like, this is our thing, so if I don't do the part, then how the fuck is gonna get done? You feel me?
That goes back to me saying in a previous episode that I feel like we all are raised to be like teammates. And so with you not letting you to feel like you don't want to let me down, that's why I feel like I said, okay, well, let me start taking on more of a role, another role, because I still know, like, you still striving for your business. You just got promoted at work, like, and then your summer is about to be super.
I never looked at it like that. I just got promoted for work. Wow, I never looked at it like that. Okay, we keep going.
But your summer is about to be hectic, so it's like, this is granted, we already been established our roles a long time ago, and we know your great areas and what are my great areas, but like, how can I help you take off a load? And he's just like, I said I was gonna do this shit. I said I was gonna do it. I can't let her down, but man, you know, I'm notorious for paying somebody to do something for me, like for convenience, like. If it's gonna stress me out, it's just like, but it's still a lot of things. Like, if you just take your time,
that's literally, and that's what I always be telling you. Like, bro, just take your time and do it. Like, cause you so quick. Brittany be so quick to just give up. And granted, I can be like that too, but I go back to it eventually. Like, Brittany would be like, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit for her.
I do. And because it's like, I know I've always been, when it came to technology stuff, like, that's never been my strong suit. And I know it can stress me. And I don't want to be in a predicament where I feel like I'm just stressed if I don't have to be. So when it comes to certain things like that, I know, like you said about earlier today, we was talking about something, you was like, well, shit, I already know I'm going to pay for somebody. That'd be my mindset. I already know I'm paying for somebody.
And that's the thing. Like, I know my strengths. I know when it's gonna be something that's just gonna be like too fucking overwhelming. Yeah, I'm just gonna pay for that. Like, cause I'm not gonna have the time. Two, I've tried, and when I do pay for things, it's because I've tried to do it. It didn't work for me.
That's me trying. I tried it. It overwhelms me, and that's when I be like, that ain't for me.
Yeah. And
so I feel like you feel like it's getting up because that's your strong suit. You're okay with it. But I've always had a problem with that. Like, I've always had a problem. Even when it was like growing up and setting up, like, I had hella gangsters, but I ain't.
And I get a thrill out of stuff like that.
I don't. Yeah. I don't. That's the difference. I don't get a thrill out of this shit. Yeah. It makes me anxious. It makes me antsy. I don't like feeling flustered. Like.
Okay, flustered.
Yeah. So it's just like, ooh.
Well, I am grateful for car rides. Personally, I like driving solo. Because that's when my thoughts get to thinking. I'm in control of my music. Yeah. I don't have nobody, side of me taking phone calls or in the back. Like, I'm able to just vibe.
However you want to vibe. Even if you don't want to hear no music, just vibe.
So, like, I'm definitely thankful for solo car rides, but also car rides with friends, because, like, even on the way here, we just had a good ass conversation. Like, so, excuse me. So yeah, that just car rides. Like, I feel like cars are just like a safe haven for me. What my car is, at least, is, I always said, like, before my parents, you know, left me the house, like, my car is my house. Like, like, I'm out and about. Like, I can do whatever I want in it. So, yeah, definitely car rides.
Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and get into our
tea games.
We got a habit of doing this, and I like it. All right, so our tea games today. I would like to know, are you more of a audiobook girl or a hard copy book
Hard
girl?
copy. You ain't got to find out.
I always was more of a hard copy. I guess because that's what we grew up on. I really like hard copy books. Then once they started making like ebooks or Kindle, things like that, I had a phase of that. Actually not even really in that phase no more, because I just recently purchased some ebooks, and it's just like I've been having a hard time to actually go on my phone and read. But now that I can listen to books audio, I really like that because I can do it on a go. It's for the convenience. It's better for me. But I really prefer just sitting, going back to what I usually do with have a hard copy. And that's why I just got that bookshelf, and I've been purchasing like hard copies. That way I can make sure I'm being intentional with sitting my ass down and reading a book like how I actually enjoy more of. So
I was gonna say, like, I comprehend. I'm a visual person, so hearing it, yeah, not gonna say necessarily go in one ear or out and out the other, but it even goes to when I'm listening to podcasts. I gotta sit there and rewind, because when you're listening to things,
you're not retaining it,
you're not
because you're
retaining
moving around,
because you're doing X, Y, and Z. So I'm also a person, I like to highlight, I like to make notes and all that type of stuff with my books. So that's why I've always preferred
the hard copy.
I've read audio. I ain't even gonna lie. Cause even if it's on the phone, I'll read it, but I don't necessarily listen to it. So I've never just listened to a book outside of when the teacher grabbed the tape recorder and pressed the play on the cassette tape and then book read for you. Remember when we was in school? Like, that's the only time like I really listened to audio, and I still
haven't listened to audio, but I feel like listening to a podcast is pretty much the same thing for me. Like, you're listening to something that's feeding me, so that's why I said I would be open to audio, because I rarely sit down and watch podcasts, but I'm going to listen to a podcast. It's either in the car, or I'm getting ready, or I'm in the shower, just something moving around. I'm listening to that. So that's why I said I would be open to
you
audio.
Want to know something? Listening, doing the audio book has been on my goal list for probably like 3-4 years now. Like, I've never gotten around to doing it, but it literally has been on my, like, you gonna do this month, listen to an audio book. This month, listen to an audio book. Listen to an audio book. And I never do it.
One book I started reading was last year, and it ended up being one of my Vibe on Demands, but it was Atomic Habits. I haven't finished that book. I just don't have the time. I recently started, since we started booking a month, I started taking my book to work, but I don't really like that because I can't really focus like I would want to. And that's also why it takes me a little longer to read my books. Or whatever. But, damn, what I was saying. So, with that, that's what made me think I wanted to get an audiobook, because it's like that one book, I don't know when I'm really just going to be able to sit there and just read it like I need to read it. But I do want to hear it. So, that's what made me just recently, what's that app called? Audio. I think it's called Audio app or something like that. And I just, that's the only thing purchase that I made was the Atomic Habits. But
alright, what's your next one?
Stand-up comedy date or live music date?
Live music. Live music.
I'm going stand-up comedy. Because I feel like at any given moment, I'm always gonna want to laugh. Like, that's one of my things. Like, I'm known for laughing at everything all the time. I'm known for laughing. I'm always in the mood to laugh. I might, depending on who it is, I might not be comfortable just like, not saying that I won't be comfortable to vibe out with music, but I don't know, but I just feel like I'll be more comfortable with the.
I've always said I love my live music. Like my ex and anybody who like I've dated, like, and even my friends, like they gonna send me some live music shit. Like that's a part of my love language, live music, and that's just one of my comfortable spots. Like, not saying I can't be comfortable in a comedy club for a date or whatever, but if between the two, I'm definitely going live music. I love the sound of instruments. Like, that shit just takes me into another element. So it would just depend on the type of vibe that we're going for that night, what I would choose. But just straight up comedy and live music, I'm going with live music.
Yeah, I would definitely like to take both of the dates, but especially like if it's like a fresh date, I'm going comedy show because, like I said, live music, I don't know how I vibe with them yet. Like, and I'm gonna want to really vibe. I mean, not saying that just because they're around, if we not really vibing like that, I can't vibe to the music. But that's gonna, I feel like that's more of an intimate type of date for me.
But
so, if I had to choose, if I had to choose between the two, regardless of if it's somebody I was, you know, if it was a fresh date, I definitely choose like the
Okay, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and slide into our tea spills for the night. So you want to pop it off, or?
Okay. You ready to unpack?
I'm scared. Come on.
Backpack. Okay. So what I want to talk about is grief. From friendship breakups. Like, a lot of times we talk about we not cool. Well, not saying, when I'm saying we, I'm just saying people in general.
Yeah.
We talk about how we not cool with such and such no more, or things like that. But we don't really talk about the grief behind it and how you really feel about certain shit. Like, how you feel like you might miss a person, but you gonna stand your ground on what the fuck you believe in, or what your boundaries are for the reason of why y'all not friends no more. I don't feel like we talk about that. And
it's funny that you said it, because I was gonna say something to you earlier, that one of the friends, that one of my growing up friends, she came in my dream last night. I was gonna tell you that earlier. I don't even feel like talking about it. But since we here,
are you ready to unpack? Like I said.
No, like we said on the previous episode, you know, like, those friendship breakups are detrimental. Like, they are traumatic, like, and all of that, because you have these special bonds and you have these special bonds and just love for another person. And for me, like, even with my situation with one of the people that I'm not cool with, and I'm not even gonna say we not cool, because
it's not even a cordial thing.
Shawty just don't stop talking to me, and ain't nobody heard us, whatever. But so it's those other connections behind that relationship, like with the kids, the family, and all that. Like, I have connections with all these folks. Like, we grew up together, so that's a part of it. But just still not having that person in your life that was once your person. Like, because it's like the same as a relationship. Like, your heart is broken. Like, your friend, at the end of the day, you love your friends just like you love your man. So when your man dip out, or he cheat, or whatever he do, your heart is broken. So it's the same with your friends. Like, your friend betray you, or, you know, y'all stop being friends, or whatever the case is. Like, that shit gonna hurt. But we don't take the time to sit there and process it and grieve the loss.
Like, I wonder, like, why we don't comfort each other in a way that we would if we had a relationship breakup. Because if I was to say, me and my man just broke up, your friend's gonna be like, you good, girl? You want to go out for drinks? They want to cater to you and, like, uplift you. But when you break up with a friend, it's not the same. Like,
it's just like, all right, fuck that bitch. We be like, fuck that bitch, like, straight up.
Damn, why we be letting this shit go like that so fast, or why we just sweep that shit up on the rug? I feel like our friends are truly our confidant.
And you know what? I'm not gonna say we don't, but to make this point, I'm gonna say it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't value the friendship as we value our relationships, our intimate relationships. And that's just the real answer. Like at the end of the day, like yes, I say I love you. Like this my friend, da da da. But if I can just easily just walk away and not feel like I never value this, and the people around me never even value this friendship, because at the end of the day, it wouldn't be no fuck that bitch. Well, what have y'all did to reconcile? Or even if that is like, all right, cool, y'all ain't friends. All right, I know you in bad spirits, but we never even portray that we're in bad spirits for our friends to offer us like, all right, let's just have a girls night. We never show that. So I just take it as we don't value friendships in the same aspect that we value.
We definitely don't value it in the same aspect. But there's definitely a great hurt behind losing a friend, especially a friend. Like,
yeah,
there's definitely hurt behind it. Like, especially like if somebody who's like your day one or someone you kicked it with all the time.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. Like.
Oh man.
I was sitting there. What's crazy? I think that's probably why she was in my dream, because we mentioned it the other day. But like certain songs, you know, come on, like, bro, me and Shawty used to be like this was our shit. So it's like, dang, like, okay. Like, yeah, I was still fucking around with this song, but at the end of the day, it's just like, damn, this put me
our thing.
This put
like,
me back in the head.
Memory.
Yeah, this put me back in the headspace of X, Y, and Z. So yeah.
Yeah. I haven't had many friendship breakups, but the very few that I did have, they kind of hurt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say kind of hurt. I know one specifically really hurt. One of them, it was just like, okay, bro.
Yeah.
you out of here, ho. Yeah. Like, but the other one, it was just like, and I gave Shawty more than one chance. Like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You can't get it 3 times. You can't get 3 times with me. And what you about to say?
No, keep going. It was something else subject. Well, it was on subject, but
you go ahead.
I was gonna say, and I think like that's the difference. And you know how you say, you know, you be I stand my ground, and that's more so of why I stand my ground on the decision that I made to not even open that door back up, because one, it wasn't even the case where I gave you 1, 2, 3. You just cut me out. Like, and I didn't reach out, no response. Reached out again, no response. So it was just like, after that, like, I don't even know what the fuck I did. In which now, as an adult, I know that she had her own personal issues going on that, you know, I guess I was in the way of her, you know, whatever issues that she had going on. But that's like, no, you did. And then, you know, I tried to have a conversation with you to see what was up. And you still didn't reach out. So I think that's the difference with me, as far as not really just just standing my ground on it. Saying fuck it. But yeah, we don't treat it like a relationship where a nigga do something wrong or
we say that all the time. There's so many people that say it all the time. It's like, you give this nigga 1,000 chances, you give me one and done, bitch. Yep. One and done, how you cut off. And I don't really like that. That don't really sit well with me. Like, granted, it could have been a fucked up situation. But we gonna give him, or whatever our partner is, time at the time, you gonna be able to see eye to eye.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna be understanding. But when it comes to a platonic relationship, it isn't the same. I don't know if it's because we feel like we're not really benefiting in other ways. And that's probably why it's just like, well, whatever.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's partly a cultural thing too for us. I think it's a cultural thing for us. And when I say that, it goes back to how we just be like, fuck that bitch, or fuck that. Like, when it comes to our friends, somebody, you did me wrong, da da da. But at the end of the day, yo man, you gonna fight for him because like that's what we've seen in previous generations. So it's just like we have to be the ones to break that cycle. But it's hard because they still talk about it in rap lyrics. Just like when niggas fall out, like my homeboy, da, 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 like they put it in rap music, or even when females rapping, like that bitch fucked your man, like it's a competition, or you know, just like it's always animosity and tension when it comes to a friend doing something wrong versus okay, yeah, you did this wrong. We're gonna give time to blow this steam over, and then we're gonna have a conversation. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been guilty of it in the past, but it's just a part of culture, our culture, unfortunately.
Very unfortunate. But what I can say is, I miss them at certain moments, but I'm 100% okay with where the friendship was left at.
Yes.
Even if that person has grown, it's cool. But I'm just okay with the last person that I knew them to be. I'm okay with it. Like,
yeah.
It ain't no pressure, but
for sure. For sure, baby. I want the best for you. All right. So for my tea spill, it's a 2-part question.
Okay.
So, you know, we've been on this journey of, you know, self-loving and identifying ourselves and, you know, things in that field. So, with that being said, do you feel that it's okay to put your feelings aside for the next person's feelings?
No.
All right.
No.
Part 2 of that question. With that being said,
do I do it? Do I actually put...
Oh no, I'm finna take it there, baby.
Oh.
So this can be, I'm just gonna use an ex for right now. Do you give, okay, your ex is in a relationship with someone, and now you back on the wave of I want my ex, or I want this new person who's in a relationship. Do you put your feelings aside because that person is in a relationship or whatever? Like, do you put your feelings aside for the next person's feelings?
One more time.
So, your ex is in a relationship. You want your ex. Do you put your feelings aside to satisfy the other woman's feelings?
Okay, when you asked putting your feelings aside, I wasn't even thinking this route.
Yeah, that's a thinker.
Yeah.
I
feel like if we broke up and I feel like I want to spin the block, it's because I've seen a change in whatever we broke up for. And so now I might be wanting you back. So I was going to pray about that situation. If I'm spinning the block, I'm praying about that situation. So if he's in a relationship, I'm still going to ask God, like, if this is the man that you made for me, I would let him know how I feel.
Yeah.
And let him do with that information.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I mean, that did answer your question, but yeah, I still stand on that. I'm not going to worry about the other person's feelings or whatever. I'm going to pray on my situation, and if that's what God sent me to do, I'm going to let it be known. Like, I want you.
I like how you threw the prayer in there. Cause I take my shot at my ex. Like, and when I say that, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Yeah, I know you're in a relationship, but I'm finna just let you know how I feel about you at this moment or whatever, and what what I want. What I want for myself when it comes to you. Now, either you gonna gaslight me or you gonna knock me down, shut me down. If you gaslight me, you not happy, or you not, cause I'm at a point where I do feel like if you step out or whatever, it's because you're not just 100% happy. At the end of the day, if I'm happy, I don't give a fuck what nobody else got going on. So if you gaslight me, it's a go.
Yeah.
It's a go. But if I throw it out there and you just let me know, okay, then hey, it is what it is. I spoke my piece.
Yeah, you did your
I spoke my piece. Like, and so now I don't never have to. I don't never have to live with a what if. So
yeah, for sure. You never have to live with a what if. You let me know. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and follow up to our WWAD segment, which you already know is What Would Auntie Do? And we don't have a submission for this segment today, but we're going to go ahead and remind y'all what it is. So What Would Auntie Do segment is when you big sippers, you're going to DM us to our Instagram and just ask us different questions, like if you want to be put down on something, if you have a relationship advice, intimate or platonic, and even if we don't have the answers, if you need relationship advice, even when we have the answers, we can still respond to you. If you want to put us down on some music, if you want different things, like anything, like books,
movies, series, if you want to put us on something, other than drugs, we don't do drugs around here.
Not even that coke y'all be trying, because y'all be wiping y'all nose a little bit too much for me, but I'm going to go ahead and mind my business. So anyway, but for the WWAD segment, if y'all want to tell us about the people who be wipe your nose, we want to know that. And that can be an anonymous submission too. Like we do accept anonymous submissions as well. So just go ahead and all the tea we want it. What would Auntie do? We want to hit us up in our DMs, in our these big sippers in our DMs, giving us tea.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into what?
Our vibe on demand.
Yeah, I don't have no nails on, so when I just did this, it literally, you know how you say it look like child hands?
It's giving toddler.
Yeah, when I did this, I'm like,
it's giving second grade. Max. Second grade max.
What's your vibe on the man?
So my vibe on the man this week is somebody out. When we first started doing Auntie Talk and started doing vibe on the man, I would have never thought this person would be a vibe on the man. But this person is a vibe on the man. It goes by the name of G Herbo. I wouldn't even say that I didn't care for him as an artist. You know, certain people just have a certain sound that that you listen to, and certain sounds I just like. You know, I'm from the South. Yeah, we like listen to certain shit. Although I do have a diverse catalog of music that I listen to, but it's just that Chicago sound that I just couldn't get jiggy with, honestly. Yeah. So I just didn't really take the time to listen to G Herbo. Just like 2 years ago, he came out with a song. I listened to that, and I like that song, and I've been rocking with that song. That's the only song I had on my phone from G Herbo. But
I only got one song on my phone.
I only had one song, and I'm like, okay, I like this. It's a different flow. But then what really made me start just liking him as a person is I see his different clips on, just interacting with his kids and stuff like that. I love a family man. Like, I love things like that. But he had an interview with he was on Carisha Please, and it just gave me a little bit backstory about him, and it just made me like him more as a person. But the song that is my vibe on the man for tonight is called Pull Up, and it's like a rendition of Silk Freak Me, and we done said we some Shazam queens. Like, we hear something in public, we like it. Yeah. Shazam. Yeah. And it's this one particular DJ that we have.
You said it's called what?
Pull Up.
Pull Up. Okay. I'm listening.
But and it's actually an old song. It came out in 2016, but I never knew. But it's because it's this one particular DJ at my job. He played one song. I'm like, oh, I'm rocking with it. This sound like G Herbo. Like, you know a certain person voice. I'm like, this sound like G Herbo. And I'm like, okay, I like that. And then the following week, he played it again. I'm like, let me Shazam this. And I Shazammed it. And I just been vibing to it. It's called Pull Up. But yeah, I really like it. He was in his bed talking about, pull up on me also. Like I said, it's a rendition of Freak Me. So yeah, just check that out.
All right. I just added it. So yeah.
Okay.
My vibe on demand, y'all. This wine is getting to me. I ain't even. We recorded an episode earlier, like right before this episode. So we've been drinking. But my vibe on demand is Notorious Till. We're in a new month, and I, of course, like I told y'all last year, I'm doing a playlist a month. So this month we have my playlist entitled 220. And growing up, that's something that we used to say all the time, like 220, which means second to none. So it's Women History Month. We're on it's a lot of woman empowerment going on. So that's kind of what tied into this playlist. And this playlist is just basically like focusing on you. And like I even said, I used one of my affirmations that I used a couple weeks ago. Show up for yourself before you show up for others. And that's what this playlist is about. So us women pouring into ourselves and giving ourselves that grace. And yeah, so it has people like Tim's, Monica, Kiana. How does it? Kiana Lady.
I say Lady.
Lady. I don't know how to say her name. But Savannah Christina, Perry Jones. So like a lot of those uplifting, like,
artists.
Affirmation type songs. So yes, 220 playlist by Notorious Till on Apple Music. The link will be in the description box. But yeah.
This is exactly what we need. But this a West Side thing though?
What?
220.
Oh, so y'all didn't do that?
If they did, I don't know about it.
Well, it must be a West Side thing. We used to be like, that 220 was on our Facebook status. 220, it means second to none. And I want to say Monica said it in one of her songs too. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that one though.
All right, well,
that wraps up another episode of
AunTEA Talk.
Go ahead, finish it.
Dang, Brittany, you was supposed to hold it down. You was closing it.
I know. I was just doing that part.
If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you're following us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at AunTEA_Talk. Until next time.
Drink some wine, bitch.
What she said.